In this video we will cover safety features, powering the Voyager XP, operation of the wireless pendant, measuring tool length, loading a program, moving the cutting head to predetermined locations, changing tools, clamping of materials, shifting a program, restart a program after being stopped, using load control, perform a test cut for calibration, how to add tools to the tool library.
There are two emergency stop buttons located on the Voyager. One located on the bottom left of the control panel, and one located on the wireless pendant that becomes operational when the wireless pendant is connected. When pushed in, system control software is disabled. Current cut operation is stopped, and motion on all axes is disabled. An alarm is generated. The system on indicator is turned off. There is an enable/disable switch that operates with a key. When activating the spindle disable switch, it also disables the photo safety eyes to allow for tool changes while running a program without tripping the e-stop and then having to restart the program. When disabled, the key should be removed for safety, preventing accidental running of the machine during tool changes and maintenance. On the back of the machine, a static cable blocks entry into the work area. It is the operator's responsibility to ensure this cable is connected at all times. Turn on water, air, and power. Open the machine software. Tap or click on the Park Industries icon. Wait for the software to fully load. It may take a few minutes for the connection. Start the machine by pressing the System On button located on the front panel. By default, the Operation Auto screen will open. This will be the main screen you will use for your daily operation. Make sure the e-stop on the pendant is in the raised position. Turn the black knob to the right and hold it briefly. When the LED light flashes, the pendant is connected to the machine. Once connected, press the pendant active button on the right side of the console. To deactivate the pendant, press the pendant active button and turn the black knob to the off position. Tool measuring is done to ensure that the length of the tools in the tool library are correct. Turn the key to the right to disable the spindle and optical safety beam. Open the Setup tab and click on the Tools sub-tab. Make sure you use the previous and next buttons to select the tool you are measuring. Using the pendant, move the tool to a location on the table that is free from indentations and cuts. Use the pendant to slowly lower the tool until it gets close to the top of the table. Once the tool is close to the table, use the slow or thousandths of an inch button to get the tool to table height. Make sure to hold down the slow or thousandths of an inch button before pressing the Z- button until the tool lightly touches the table. Deactivate the pendant and turn the spindle disable key back to the left. Press the manual capture length button to capture the length of the tool. Always make sure you raise the tool in the Z-axis before attempting to move the bridge. To measure milling tools, the procedure is the same, but make sure to position the A-axis at 90 degrees. If you have the optional tool measuring device, make sure the correct tool is installed and selected. Press the Auto Capture Length button to measure the tool. To open a program, click or press on the Scan G-code button. Use the scanner to scan the barcode on the job sheet. A verification window will pop up to make sure it's the correct program. Tap or click on Yes or rescan the barcode to verify. If you do not have a job sheet, press or click on the Load G-code button. This will open a window that shows all of the programs sent to the machine. Click or tap on the correct program in the list and it will open. The Move tab allows you to move the machine to predetermined locations. Select the appropriate location and a verification window will open. Click Yes to move the machine. Pressing the Parked Machine button will move the cutting head to the parked position. Pressing the Photo Location button will position the machine so a picture of the table can be taken. After the machine is positioned, a window will pop up allowing you to take and save a picture to a predetermined file location. Pressing the Tool Change button will position the machine so tool changes can be made. Remove the 3 knobs holding the blade shroud cover to the shroud. The arbor nut and spindle threads are reverse threaded. Using a 3/4 inch wrench, loosen the incremental router in a clockwise direction by using a dead blow hammer. Remove the milling tool turning clockwise. Insert the spindle plug and tighten counterclockwise. When finger tight, use a dead blow hammer and strike it several times with moderate force. When using milling tools, always put anti-seize on the threads before inserting them into the spindle. Pull out the water forks to allow full access to the blade. Using the arbor nut wrench and dead blow hammer, loosen the arbor nut in a clockwise direction and then remove it. Remove the outer drive flange from the spindle shaft and set aside. Install the blade, outer flange, and arbor nut. Hand tighten the arbor nut in a counterclockwise direction, then use the arbor nut wrench and a dead blow hammer to tighten the arbor nut by striking the wrench 3 times with moderate force. Use the reverse to change from blade to milling tool. Pressing the spindle warm-up button will position the machine to do a spindle warm-up. After pressing the button, a warning window will pop up to verify there is not a blade on the arbor. Never do a spindle warm-up with a blade on. The Table tab contains buttons that raise and lower the table. To raise the table, press the Start button to start the hydraulic pump, and then press up. Once the table is all the way up, press Stop to turn off the hydraulic pump. To lower the table, press Start and then press Down. Once the table is all the way down, press Stop. The machine will not let you raise the table if it is not parked. If it is not parked, you will receive a warning message. When using milling tools in a program, clamp down the material to prevent the material from shifting. Place the clamps so that none of the tools being used will collide with them. Remove the clamps before cutting with the blade. Clicking on the G-code tab opens a window with 4 sub-tabs. The Set G-code folder sub-tab opens a window allowing the operator to set the location that contains all of the programs sent to the machine. This is the location that the Load G-code button will open to manually load the programs. The Edit tab opens a window containing the G-code for the program that has been loaded. An experienced programmer or operator can edit the G-code from this tab. The Program Shift tab allows the operator to shift where the machine cuts the program by entering values in the X and Y fields. After entering the values and clicking on Set, the machine will offset the program by the values entered. After the Set button is pressed, a Program Shift enabled verification appears on the top right of the display window area. Block Assist is used to restart a program after it has been terminated due to pressing the E-stop button, a cycle stop button, or if there is a break in the safety optical sensor in the front of the machine. To restart the machine, reset alarms, select the appropriate cut and press Select. Once Select is pressed, you will be prompted to press Cycle Start. The machine will move to the tool change location to verify that the correct tool is being used. Once verified, press the Cycle Start again to continue the program. The Non-Miter tab allows the operator to use load control or amp control for straight blade cuts. The value in the load set point field shows the drawn amp value that the machine will maintain through the cut. The value in the in-stone load field shows the amp draw that the machine looks for to detect the blade is cutting the material. Once this value is reached, the machine uses the load control feature to automatically speed up and slow down the feed rate based on the value entered in the load set point field, but will not exceed the value in the maximum feed rate field. The minimum and maximum feed rate fields define the lowest and highest feed rates allowed while the load control is active. The Miter tab contains a miter height sensor button. When active, the miter height sensor will measure the thickness of the material at the beginning of the cut and the end of the cut. The measured values are used to make adjustments to the miter cut for proper fitment when fabricating. The values for load set point, in-stone load, minimum, and maximum are the same as non-miter cuts, but are generally lower when load control is used for miters. Once your parameters are set and the program is loaded, you can press the cycle start to run the program. After pressing cycle start, the machine will move to the tool change location to make sure the proper tool is being used. Once verified, tap cycle start to continue. If a program is to be stopped permanently, click the cycle stop button. The block assist feature must be used to restart the program. Make sure to raise the blade before attempting to move the machine head. To pause the G-code program once the program is running, click the cycle pause button. To start the program again, click cycle start. If single block button is used, the machine controller executes one line of G-code and then pauses motion until the operator clicks the cycle start button to execute the next line of G-code. Override displays the current override percentage on the feed rate override dial control located on the operator control station. Program displays the G-code programmed feed rate. Actual displays the actual feed rate after the override percentage is calculated. This area displays the current runtimes while running a G-code program. Program runtime displays the cumulative runtime of machine movements. Spindle runtime displays the spindle runtime only when the spindle is active. Spindle RPM displays the current RPM when the spindle is running. Program position. This area displays each axis position based on the G-code program. Place a 3 cm thick material that measures a minimum of 36 inches by 52 inches on the table so that the size of the material are somewhat square with the table. Jog the machine until the center of the blade is over the test cut starting corner, the bottom right corner of the test part. Navigate to the Setup Main tab. Press the previous or next buttons until the current blade that is mounted on the spindle is showing in the display. Make sure the blade curve is correct before running the test part. Select the Perform 1-inch cut button. When the verification window pops up, select Yes. The Voyager will begin the test cut routine and cut a small rectangle piece. Dry the rectangle piece and measure the width. Enter this value into the blade offset cut box. Navigate to the Setup tab and open the Tools sub-tab. Pressing the previous or next buttons will cycle through each tool of the library. From left to right, you will see the tool number, description, tool length, and whether it is a blade or center feed. To add a tool, navigate to a tool with no description or overwrite an existing tool by pressing on the field, typing in the description, tool length, and identify whether it's a blade or a center feed tool. The tool length for a blade is the radius. The tool length of a milling tool is measured from where it threads into the spindle to the bottom of the tool. After entering a new tool, go through the tool measuring process as previously shown on this video to ensure the length is accurate.